We got a Freightliner New Cascadia. This is a 2022. This is how to replace the batteries. It's fairly easy compared to most other trucks. Now, normally you would have this on here, and the reason I took that off is to show you that sometimes they can get stuck. I'll show them this on in a sec, but a lot of times this right here will be jammed, and they have these retaining pins that go in to right here. So they would be in there, and when that's the case, you can't bring it up, although you can just yank those out. But a lot of times these will be seized up, especially if they got a lot of water in them and the batteries haven't been changed in quite some time. Then this will just get a little rusty and be full of gunk. You need to spray some PB blaster or some sort of lubricant in there or penetrant and get those worked around. There's been a couple before that I've actually had to break off, and it's really hard. This is what it should look like when it's on. This panel pulls down, you got some magnets here. Sometimes those break off, sometimes they're still intact. But what I was talking about is down here. So you pull these up, and you have to do both at the same time, and then you can get these steps off. It can be a little easier if you push in right there, say with your legs, and pull up on both of these, and then it'll come off. But if they are rusty in there or gummed up, a lot of times it takes a lot of force, and every once in a while you have to break one off. So that is the most difficult part of this whole thing. Most of the time you will have this cover plate on, and most of the time they have these two pins. Push down and pull, it comes off. This one is missing. This is a really bad design, honestly. It's one of the worst ones. Moisture gets in there all the time, and I always see corrosion all over these things. I think these haven't been replaced all that long ago, but I believe the lights were left on for quite some time on this. So I'm just gonna swap these batteries out and then recharge these. Go ahead and get that cover plate off. Then you will find the negative battery rail is right here, and the positive is in the back, unless somebody really screwed up, but that's the only orientation I've ever seen on here for these. So you want to go ahead and take the negatives off first. I always start with this one, and once you do this, it's a great opportunity to clean these battery rails. And these are 9/16, so get that one off first, pop that over there. Sometimes this clip right here is in there, you gotta pop that off. I just let that hang to the side. And then what I do for the positives is I'll get that one there, this one off, that one, and then the one in the back, and then these two here, I actually loosen them a little bit, but this whole rail in the back I will pop up and push over because these are really tight. As you can see right there, it's kind of tight, so to lift them straight off is almost impossible. You have to get all these other four off, and then lift up and push back, and then you can drop this bottom rail down. And generally I do that to clean inside here. There we go, that one is off, and all four of these are off, and we're going to get these off here and take a look. This isn't too bad, actually. I usually see a lot worse than this, but I'm gonna go ahead and scrub these up. I don't want to leave them like that, even though it's not too terribly bad. And sometimes you will have extra stuff on these for like an inverter or what have you. And what you can do if you're not used to doing this is get all the negatives, take those off first, and zip tie them to the negative here and set those aside. And a lot of times there'll be a lot more stuff on the positive if there's accessories, because a lot of the negative will just go to the ground. So the positive will be left for all the rest, or if you want, you can then zip tie them here, or just up to here, zip tie them together. And that way you have them separate for when you put the new batteries back in. That way you won't forget what goes where. I got that rail all cleaned up, all nice and shiny, and of course I got that part done right there. You don't need to actually do the top right these unless you have an accessory on them, but you do want to make sure to get the bottom. And up here you want to take this part off. A lot of times there is like a rubber mat type thing under this. You want to take that off too. That can kind of bond with this metal somehow. You really got to peel it off sometimes, but right here there's gonna be two of them, and that is an 11/16. And remember that the black part right here with that hole pokes out or points out to the outer side, and so does this. If you get them flipped around when you get it back on, it actually won't fit back. That thing won't fit back on it. So you want to make sure to get those on the outer sides when you put them back on. It turns out that the right one here is actually a 5/8, so your mileage may vary on whatever that nut decides to be. That center tie down, the hold down is now off, and these kind of free float a little bit. Once you get the batteries off, they can move a little bit. One thing that I did when I first started doing this stuff, before I had much experience, is lay them down as you take them off, so that way you can put them back in order, and if you walk away and come back, you won't forget what goes where. If you've done it for a while, this is kind of useless, but if you've never replaced these batteries before, this can be a little bit helpful. So then we go ahead and get those four off, and a lot of times there won't be anything on here unless they have accessories. Then you do want to clean that top part off. I've gotten all 4 of those off from the battery post and the positive. And as you can see, it will not lift up. You can really try. Sometimes you can get it, but most of the time not. So I will loosen these, and then this part over here, I'll push back after I lift it up. I'm not sure why I said to loosen them. I actually just got them off, but here, let's take a look at this. They're really hard to get up and pry all the way up without doing this next part. What I do is I take this, and it's still gonna be resting on that last one, and then I will just shove it that way. It doesn't matter if it touches anything because all of the ground is off. And then I lift these up, and don't worry, they will not fall back in there. I kind of wiggle that up. Careful though, the positive rail can fall back there. So you wanna hold this and then get these off and then pull the positive rail out and then clean that. These actually aren't looking too bad. A lot of these will seem, they'll look a lot worse. This one's not too bad. I'm gonna scrub them up a little bit, but these are not as gross as most of them get when they're wet. Once you get all that cleaned up, what you wanna do is take the batteries out. Now you do have 4 of them, so what I usually do is I take the center ones out first. These ones on the end are really hard to get out if you do those first because they'll smack into right here. So I'll take these 2 out and then move these brackets over a little bit and then pull the outside ones in and out of here. I've got the inner ones out, so then what I can do is move this bracket piece just to the center, and be sure to put those back when you put the new batteries in. Otherwise the top will have nothing to tie down to. I've got 2 different style batteries here. Well, they're 2 different handles really. What I do is I put the easier ones on the outside, so I get those in, get those mount brackets back up, and put the harder ones to get in on the inside. These ones are slightly harder for me. These are a little easier, and you don't want to use 2 different CCs unless you have to. Those are 950s, these are 750s. I don't recommend that, but that's what I have on hand. Also make sure to get all of the positives on the inside towards the frame rail, and all the negatives sticking out towards you. You do not want to mix those up. That's a big bad if you do. We got those 2 outer ones in, and I've got those retaining bracket pin things in there, shoved all the way over, and then we'll go ahead and get the other ones in the center here. Got them all in, and now I will go for the center bracket with these tie downs, but don't get them tight just yet. Once those are on, and again, don't tighten them down, you want them loose. Get that positive one back on, and what I will do is put these 2, if I can do it with one hand, on the little posts that they go onto. Then I will get this one seated right here into that far left one, and then seat the rest. I got that one in, and I bring these up and over, and it's a lot easier to do it that way than to fight these and try to bring them over everything at the same time. And you can see L1 is not lining up. You just need to adjust the battery a little bit, and that's why I did not tighten this part here. Go ahead and get the nuts on all those, but don't tighten those either. With the rear on and the nuts on there but not tightened, go ahead and get this one on, and make sure to leave that post on the left for that ground cable right there. And see, if they don't line up, this is the reason why we don't tighten any of the other nuts yet, is we can slide the batteries over just a little bit and get them seated. After you get those just seated on there, everything is sitting right. That way you can go ahead and tighten everything down. And what I always do is leave this last one, the ground cable, for the last thing, and just got that on and then tighten that. So do the rest first. The reason that I don't put the ground cable on there just yet is so it doesn't make a full circuit. If you are putting the positives on and you hit something that is the ground, you won't spark. If that is on already and you are messing with the positive and you hit metal to ground, you're gonna have a huge spark, and that's not gonna be good for anybody. So be sure to put this ground cable on last. Get these tight in the center there for that lid, and then as the very last thing, again, as I've said a couple times, do this last. And the reason I do that now is because if you have these on, you accidentally tap the hot, then it won't spark because, yeah, these are ground. And we got that on. That is it for the batteries themselves. Then you want to get that lid back on, put that on. That is on, and make sure to get the clip on if you have one. Hopefully you do, or else this thing's gonna be bouncing all over and then possibly fall out. And after that, it's time to get this back on. You have to seat these right here, those grooves, into these parts right here, and I will try to get that on camera. There we go, those are on. These are not the easiest things to get back on. You have to have them level. If you get one on all the way without the other one, then the other one won't go on because they'll be slightly askew and pointed out. So it's a little bit of a hassle. Just try to get them straight down and get them both on at the same time. Then you push these in, and those should latch onto those right there. There we go. Those are in, and then, of course, get the those pins, and you want to put them into, so you got a light in there. There should be a hole. Yeah, there we go, found it. Right in there. And do that on both sides. And then get in your truck and try to start it, and hopefully you're good to go. Got the key in. There we go. Oh, and there's a software update available, because of course there is. But yeah, we've got it ready, and got the battery swapped, and now you should be good to go, and hopefully you don't have a software update to do on your truck. I hope this helps somebody. Thank you for watching.